Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd and I am a nutrition entrepreneur. But here's the catch. I have a full-time traditional dietitian job. My entrepreneurial endeavors are my side hustle. I've been making six figures through my job and side hustle doing things that I love. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. And welcome to the 54th episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and this episode is all about the Dietitian Side Hustle live show. So today I'm going to talk to you about what my live show is, where you can find it, why I created it, and if you want to go dig and find even more information that I'm sharing on another platform outside of this podcast. So the Dietitian Side Hustle live show is something I started a couple months ago, and it is essentially me going live in the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group every single Monday night at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So if you are not yet a member of the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group, head on over to Facebook now and make sure you join our community. This is a growing group of dietitians, RDs to be, dietetic interns who are on the same path as you. They either have a side hustle or they want to start a side hustle. So lots of great information in that group. So make sure that you go join the group. But when you join the group, you're going to have access to the live show. So why did I create this live show? Now, we have the opportunity through the podcast. It's a one-way stream of communication. You can listen to this wherever you are, whether or not you are currently in your car, doing some laundry, getting your makeup done, whatever you're doing, you can listen to me at any time, but it's a one-way type of communication. I can't ask you, you can't ask me questions. I can't hear feedback from you. So it's just different. It's good though. I love podcasts. Don't get me wrong. But going live on Facebook is great because it's a place where you can hop on, you can be engaged, inspired, ask me questions, share information like, hey, Katie, I'm listening, things that we just can't do on this platform. Now, the other reason I started the live show is I like going live in the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook community. But the way Facebook algorithms work, it's very hard for people to know when I'm going live. So when I would go live sporadically, I might not have anyone on and people would just have to catch it later. And at that point, it kind of defeats the purpose of going live. I might as well just make a pre-recorded video or do a podcast episode. So I've decided to make this a standing appointment between me and you, where every single Monday night, you can go on my Facebook page at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you are Mountain Time, we're talking 6:30, Central Time, 7:30. Eastern time is 8:30. I know that's a little late, but you guys know I have a full-time job, so I have to wait until I get off my job. Give me some wiggle room there too. So it is 5:30 every Monday in the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group. You can show up and know that I will be there. I'm planning to be there no matter what. With my phone, I could really hop on at any time. It's not a big deal. The only time I wouldn't possibly be able to be on is I was thinking well, what if I'm on a plane or what if there's an emergency? I mean, yeah, then I might not be on, but other than that, I don't care where I am. I'm going to come live with you guys. I've actually had a few sessions where I wasn't home, so I had to come on live from wherever I happened to be. So the Dietitian Side Hustle live show, it's really meant to be something that you can join on Monday to get some information and some inspiration. I feel like Monday gets a bad rap. A lot of people are like, oh, Monday's here again. And, I just want us to have a different perspective of yes, Monday's here. It's a start of a new week, new opportunities. And why not join me on Facebook, get some information, some education, and hopefully inspiration to start your Monday off right, to be excited about this new week. A lot of us in this community, we want to start a side hustle, but haven't started yet. So when you continue to come back to a live show where there's actually someone talking to you, that can help keep the excitement, momentum, encouragement, everything you need to get started or to feel yes, I'm actually going to go all in. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to keep dreaming about it. So what are some of the things we talk about? Well, I'm just making up what I'm talking about at this point, but I will tell you, if you have a specific topic you want me to cover on the live show, just shoot me a message, shoot me an email. You can find me online, dietitiansidehustle.com, on Instagram at dietitiansidehustle, send me a message on Facebook, and let me know, what do you want to hear? The other cool thing about the Facebook group is that if you go in, you can see the archives of every live show I've ever done. So it's not like here today, gone tomorrow. You can access them. Once you're a member of the Facebook group, at the very top, there's a button that says guides. I think it's like in between, like it's by photos and, all these different kind of headings at the top of a Facebook group. So if you go into guides, you'll see there are, I think I have 3 different guides. One is like a welcome video. The next one is the Dietitian Side Hustle live show archive, and then the last one is a place where you can share like your social media handles. So if you click on guide number 2, it is the Dietitian Side Hustle live show archive, and it currently has 9 or 10 videos in there. So it starts when you first see it, it's going to be the most recent one, and you can scroll all the way down to the oldest one, and I'll just read a few of the topics. Now, I've tried to make it where in the very top heading, I give you kind of a snippet of here's what we talked about. So the very first one, I talked about getting started. Then I talked about blogging as a business, considerations for when you have a full-time job. We talked about, I interviewed my business coach Greg Todd on the Millionaire Mindset. Now, I did take that live show and I converted it into a podcast, so a lot of you might have already heard that one. But if you want to see me and Greg like on video, you can watch it there. And then I talked about passive income and vacation, and in that one, I was actually coming from Reno. I was on vacation, but I still made the live show. I talked about momentum. I've talked about going back to school. Like, not back to school really, but like self-education. And then let's change the way we talk about failure, working with brands. And that's where I'm at so far as of the time of this recording. So, there's a lot of information already on there. But again, if you're like hanging out on a Monday night, just think, oh my gosh, I need to go join Katie on Facebook. And I'd love to have you there. So far, I don't have a ton of people. There's some people coming on, and I really appreciate you guys, especially those of you who are commenting and being engaging. But really my vision is where we have a big group of us on. The more people, the better the conversation, the more questions, just the better engagement. And I'd love to see a big group of us on every Monday, just ready to tackle our Mondays and, pursue our dreams, our side hustles, all the things. So again, you can go join the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group, go check out the archive, and you can watch any of the old videos, and let me know what topics you want to learn about. And most of all, be on the live show if you're able to. It's a place where you can actually have access to me, ask me these questions that you may have, and that way I'm just not like a voice in your podcast, right? You can see me and you can, interact with me. So I'm really excited about the Dietitian Side Hustle live show. It's been super fun so far. It is not something I'm planning to quit anytime soon. So even if you're listening to this podcast way after it aired, I'm thinking I'll probably still be on Facebook doing this little live show. So your action item for today is, if you are not a member of the Dietitian Side Hustle Facebook group, go join. If you're one of those dietitians who are not currently on Facebook because you're like, I don't want to be on Facebook because all the drama, you can create a different account where you just join these Facebook groups that help you for your business. Some examples of them, obviously my group, Dietitian Side Hustle, but also being in communities like RDs Who Write. And gosh, if you go to my website, dietitiansidehustle.com, and click on resources, I have a ton of recommended Facebook communities for you to join because there is so much knowledge and information online, particularly Facebook. It's just a unique platform where you can go live and have a communication with someone. You can ask a question and answer other people's questions, share something you're up to. Like, it's a really cool interactive platform. And I understand that Facebook has a downside, and a lot of you are like, I'm not going to join. But just keep in mind, you can create an account. Don't add any friends, right? No friends. Just join those groups that you want to join and use it on your own time as a way to, build your business and get that online community of dietitians to be around you and support you. So even if you're not on Facebook, you could still go join if you feel comfortable doing that. So anyways, that's your action item. Go join the Facebook community and then join me live. If you are watching live and, you're there, let me know, like, hey, Katie, I listened to this podcast, so I said I'd come say hi. That would just make me a happy camper. So anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast episode, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast, guys. Be sure to head on over to the Dietitian Side Hustle website at dietitiansidehustle.com and check out our coaching page to learn about all the ways that we can work together. Have an amazing day, and I'm so proud of you for taking the initiative to listen to this podcast. Now go out there and get it done. Bye, guys.